Welcome back to Sprague Homestead. I'm Nikki, and here's your question of the week. So this one's kind of a long one. So the people say that they currently raise goats, but they plan to be adding horses, chickens, cows, and sheep, and pigs coming up in a little while. They have decided that they want to get a pair of Pyrenees and eventually breed them. So their question is, do they get their male first, or do they bring them both home and train them at the same time? So absolutely, my first response to this was, do you have any experience raising, training, or owning an LGD? The answer to this is no. I'm sorry, you have no business breeding these guys right now. You need to get your dogs first, and I would not necessarily get a couple of breeding dogs. I'd go get a neutered male and a female if you want, and I would learn about the breed first. Nothing makes me more crazy than people who are breeding animals that know nothing about them. It came back that they've actually never owned an LGD, but they have bred dogs in the past, to which my response is, an LGD is not like any dog you're ever going to own. So you need to raise them first and then decide down the road if you want to breed them. Now, as far as bringing two dogs home at the same time, I never recommend trying to raise two puppies at once. LGDs are stubborn and they will feed off of each other. So while you're disciplining dog A for jumping the fence, dog B is probably over there digging a hole to China. So don't ever try and do two puppies at once. My personal experience with it is I like to get a dog to maturity, fully trained and ready to go on its own, and then introduce a pup to it that it can train. This is the best way to train dogs. Dogs are pack animals, and if you can get them to imprint on, say you've already got a male, even if he's neutered, and he is the head of the pack, you will have a much easier time because that little puppy is going to mimic what the bigger dog does. So this is kind of what I recommend. I don't recommend two puppies at once. It's just too much of a headache. We've had one pretty young dog. One of ours was 1.5 years old when we brought a puppy home, and it worked okay. The older one was pretty well trained already at 1.5 years. We still saw some puppy behavior, but really nothing serious, and it worked out just fine. But this is the way we've always done it. Like I said, two puppies at once, especially if you've never raised these guys, it's overwhelming. And it's overwhelming for the dog as well as you. You also have a tendency for the dogs to bond together to the point that they don't bond to the livestock the way that they should. And it kind of makes them a less than effective LGD. So there you have it. That's the answer to the question this week, at least my opinion. And that's kind of how this works. So we will see you next time. Happy homesteading.